Your life at every level of the CIA. The call comes at 6:47 a.m. on a Tuesday. No explanation, just a time, an address, and a name you won't use after today. You sit in the parking garage for 4 minutes before walking in. You already know, once you step through that door, the person you were yesterday becomes a liability you step through.
Level 1, the applicant. You've passed 3 rounds of polygraphs. You've handed over 12 years of financial records. An investigator knocked on your college roommate's door and asked questions you didn't know about until 6 weeks later. You think the hard part is over. It isn't. You sit in a beige room in Langley, Virginia, alongside 19 other people who all look exactly like they're trying not to look nervous. A woman in a gray blazer hands you a non-disclosure agreement 31 pages long. You sign it. You don't read all of it. Nobody does. You tell yourself you're doing something important. That's enough. For now.
Level 2, the analyst. You're pulling 14-hour days in a windowless room on the 3rd floor. Your badge gets you through 4 doors. There are 6 more you can't open yet. You process signals intelligence. You read intercepts. You write summaries that get sent up a chain you can't fully see. Somewhere above you, someone is making a decision based on 3 sentences you typed at 11:40 p.m. on a Thursday. You'll never know what that decision was. Your friends ask what you do. You say government work. You've already started building the wall, the one between who you are at home and who you are in that building. You tell yourself it's professionalism. You're wrong. It's something else. But you won't have a name for it for another 2 years.
Level 3, the case officer.
They send you to Amman, Jordan. Official cover, cultural attaché. You recruit your first asset in a hotel lobby. He's a mid-level ministry official with a gambling problem and a brother-in-law in the wrong political circle. You have dinner with him 4 times before you ask for anything. By the 5th dinner, he's already yours. He doesn't even realize it yet. You file the report. Your handler in D.C. sends back 2 words. Good work. You feel something that night you don't have a clean word for. Pride, maybe? And underneath it, something older. Something that feels like the first time you understood that people are mostly just leverage waiting to be found. You sleep fine. That surprises you.
Level 4, the operator.
You've been posted in 3 countries in 4 years. You speak 2 languages fluently and a 3rd well enough to lie in it. You've run 6 assets simultaneously. One of them was rolled by a foreign service and disappeared for 18 days. When he came back, you were the one who debriefed him. He cried. You took notes. You don't think of yourself as cold. You think of yourself as functional. Back in Langley, your name starts appearing in rooms it didn't appear in before. Someone senior calls you reliable. In this building, reliable is the highest compliment available. You've learned to want it. The wall inside you isn't uncomfortable anymore. It's load-bearing.
Level 5, the senior officer. You're running a network in Southeast Asia that doesn't exist on any official ledger. Your budget is $2.3 million a year, routed through 3 shell entities across 2 continents. You approve payments in cash equivalents. You authorize operations that never reach a formal memo. You have a contact in the NSC who calls you directly, not your division chief, you, when something needs to happen quietly. There are men alive today because you made a call. There are men who are not alive for the same reason. You do not dwell on the second category. Dwelling is a luxury for people who don't carry what you carry. Your marriage ended 14 months ago. Your daughter is 9. She thinks you work in finance. You tell yourself you'll explain it someday. You know that's not true.
Level 6, the station chief. Your station is in a city that gets 1 paragraph in the State Department's travel advisory. You have 11 officers under you, 4 liaison relationships with local intelligence services, and 3 assets who report only to you. You've stopped asking for permission on things that can't wait for permission. Headquarters trusts you because your numbers are good. Your numbers are good because you've stopped letting headquarters know everything. There's a difference between what you report and what you know, and managing that gap is the real job now. You've become fluent in ambiguity. You understand that the institution needs you to succeed, but it also needs to be able to deny you. That's the arrangement. You accepted it without anyone ever saying it out loud. New officers rotate through your station. You watch them. You can tell within a week which ones will last. They still believe the rules protect them. You remember believing that.
Level 7, the Deputy Director. You're back in Virginia permanently now. Your office is on the 6th floor, you have a driver, you have a security detail on the days the threat matrix is elevated, which is most days. You sit in the President's Daily Brief 3 times a week. You watch Commanders-in-Chief receive intelligence you assembled from networks you built through methods you will never discuss in any room that has a recording device. The power isn't loud. That's the thing civilians never understand. Real power is quiet. It's a phone call that reroutes a policy. It's a name removed from a list. It's knowing something about a foreign government's internal fracture 6 months before any newspaper does, and watching it unfold exactly the way your analyst said it would. You don't feel proud anymore. You feel accurate.
Level 8, the Ghost. You retired on paper 3 years ago. There's no ceremony on record. Your file exists in a compartment that requires 2 separate authorizations to access. Your name doesn't appear in the agency's official history. There are officers currently working cases you designed who have never heard of you. You live in a house 40 minutes outside of Charlottesville. The property is in a trust. You pay for everything in cash or through instruments that take effort to trace. You know things about 4 sitting governments that would alter elections. You know the real origin of 2 incidents that were officially attributed to other causes. You know the name of a network that intelligence services on 3 continents have been hunting for 9 years. You don't use this information. You don't need to. The knowing is the power. The silence is the leverage. At this level, you've understood the final truth the institution never teaches. Control was never the goal. Survival was. Influence that outlasts your position. The ability to remain relevant without being visible. You've achieved it. But the house is very quiet. Your daughter is 23 now. She knows something, though she doesn't know what. When she visits, she looks at you a certain way, searching for something she can't name. You look back and feel the distance like a physical object between you. You don't bridge it. You don't know how anymore.
Somewhere, a 26-year-old is sitting in a beige room in Langley, Virginia. He's just signed a 31-page document he didn't read all the way through. He thinks the hard part is behind him. He thinks he's ready. He thinks he knows what he's walking into. He doesn't. But he will.